Hey guys, this late Friday video comes to you like much Vlogbrothers videos in 4 parts. Part 1, excuses. Yeah guys, I really did have a video recorded and it was uploading, but I had marching band tonight. Right after marching band, I was supposed to help out with the viewing of the Hunger Games movie at my school, and I didn't, so I thought, you know, I might as well show up to the thing because I didn't help out. So, yeah, I'd say it's valid, please. Well, part 2, yeah, marching band. So, I was out on the field tonight, and much like Sydney, the Thursday vlogger, I want to be an actor. And sometimes I forget why I want to be an actor, you know, and it's something only an actor, I guess, could, or a performer could understand. And I'm, you know, a nerd. Nerds aren't, you know, the most worshipped person in the whole school realm. And, you know, just being ridiculed for being in band, I don't understand that, because once you look out into the stands, and whether you're, you know, color guard, whether you're in the band, whether you're the drum major, whether you're even freaking directing the band, you know, you just kind of have this sense of pride when people start cheering for you, even if it's not for you, because I knew for a fact that these people in the stands were not cheering for me. They probably don't know who I am. They probably don't know that I'm in the band, even. They were probably cheering for the soloist, who gets the solos every year. He's best friends with the director, best friends with the director's son. He has all the connections. He's popular in school. Just when I heard those people cheering, and I was on the stage, I was reminded why I want to be a performer after high school. So, part 3, the Hunger Games. Yeah. So, I was in psychology. One of the first things we learned, talked about in psychology was that one of the first things we learned in psychology is that behavior is often influenced by early family experiences. I'm a middle child, but I'm more of a big sister than I am a middle child, because my older sister is old enough that she moved out when I was young, and I've just kind of been an older sister to my younger sister for as long as I can remember. I'm 17, my little sister is going to turn 13 in a week. So that's kind of the exact age difference between Katniss and her sister. And watching the Hunger Games, it's only the second time I've ever seen it. The first time I cried like a baby when Rue died. I didn't know there wasn't a dry eye in the theater. And because there were probably less than 10 people in the theater, I saw it on the last day it was out. But I cried like a baby again. There has never been any sequence in any book or movie that has hit me more than the moment, spoiler alert, than the moment Rue dies. Just watching that, seeing this 12-year-old get hurt, I kind of feel it. You know, Suzanne Collins, the director of the Hunger Games, everything about that movie is, I don't want to say perfect, because, you know, it's a perfect movie, best adaptation of a book I've ever seen in my entire life. And it hits me, you know. And, part 4, children. So, at this movie, I thought there were going to be a lot more high schoolers than there were going to be. Lots more people I knew. But it ends up, me and my best friend show up to this movie, and most of it is 7th and 8th graders. Now, I don't know if you guys deal with 7th and 8th graders a lot in your lives, but you really don't want to ever. During the entirety of this movie, these kids are like making comments and stuff, and they were making terrible jokes. And not just terrible as in corny, terrible as in a 7th grader behind me made a rape joke. And 7th or 8th graders behind me were making gay jokes during this movie. This is the reason I don't ever want to have kids in my life. Part of the reason, anyway. And, you know, I hope that this generation gets better, even though I know that it probably won't. They've already been raised like this. They're 13 years into life. They're not going to change. And, you know, if they do, it'll probably be a miracle, but, you know, I know that, you know, all the generations that, maybe even our generation is messed up. How am I to know? I think we're fine, you know? I mean, we have, you know, the bad eggs, but maybe it's just that I come from a small town and a relatively small school, and everyone just thinks that the little kids are terrible. Maybe one day I'll have a revelation and, you know, I'm gonna have kids one day. And I highly doubt that'll happen, you know. In fact, that won't happen ever. So, well, that's all I have to say on the matter. Sorry this video is so late again, and have a good weekend, and don't forget to be awesome.